why don't we get started? Let me bring up our panel. First of all, we have our moderator, a senior writer for Entertainment Weekly, Miss Alinda Weese. Secondly, our creator executive producer, Mr. Eric Rickey. He wasn't able to make it last year, but he's here this year, Mr. Jared Padalecki. Mr. Jensen Ackles. Supervising producer and a writer from, I'm sure, most of your favorite episodes, Miss Sarah Gamble. And co-executive producer and writer of most of your other favorite episodes, Mr. Ben Edlund. Of course, Mr. Eric Rickey, who writes most of your favorite episodes. All right, and turn it over to Miss Alinda Weese.
Hey, superfans. I guess my first question was answered, sort of.
What's that?
Where exactly is Dean?
Out.
Yeah. Where exactly him?
Out of hell, apparently. Dean, you know, for us, in the writer's room, kind of on day one, me, Sarah, Ben, and the rest of the gang, we're like, we're talking about, season 4, and we said, the big question is, does Dean get out of hell? And then about 20 seconds later, we were like, well, no shit, he gets out of hell. So then we quickly moved on to the next question, which is how he gets out of hell.
Right.
And that the mystery of what brought him out and what he was doing in hell and what Sam was doing in his time away from Dean, that these would be the interesting questions and the primary concerns of season 4, which, we're creating to unfold with a lot more mystery than maybe we've done in past seasons. It's 4 months later, as you can see, and sort of how they spent that time away from each other, which has been really fun for the writers to write, because they can surprise each other again, and they can keep secrets from each other, and we haven't been able to do that since the beginning of season 1. So it's been fun.
And not just because he's out of hell doesn't mean that he's out of danger.
If he was out of danger, this would become a very boring show. No, it's all the same. And in fact, we think the danger gets worse. I mean, I think we ratchet it up, and I think there'll be times where he'll be looking fondly back on his time in hell. It was so warm. It was like a jacuzzi. Yeah!
I think I got it first.
I got it louder.
Really?
All right, enough of the Jared Jensen battle. Behave yourselves.
I swear you will get a chance for the Q&A. I swear.
Yeah, who loves me?
My next question is for Jensen. Right here.
Hi.
Hey, you are hot.
No one really has to talk
At
to this
some
thing,
point.
do they?
At some point, Eric or one of the other producers must have sat you down and said, we're going to have to kill you. Tell us about that conversation.
No, that didn't happen. No. I just read it. It's like, what the? They just kind of unfold things to us as we get scripts. So until we make the phone call down there and go, the hell are you doing? And then they'll give us some insight. But I remember when I read it last season that going to hell. Okay. Flipping through that last script, and I get to the last page, and it's like, oh, come on, it's got to be a typo. And it wasn't. So then I called Eric and I was like, so how am I coming back? He's like, I don't know. Haven't figured that one out yet. So
Start worrying about your mortgage.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so much for house hunting.
And and now to be fair, Jared,
Yeah.
Sam took a seriously bloodthirsty turn last season. He had a really good explanation for it, though. You know, he's just trying to be more like Dean, got to go through this war with the demons. Should we buy that explanation?
First and foremost, let's hear it from my support for what the performance you just saw. It's all about the support crew, so just want to say I worked really hard. I think it's some of my finest work.
Riveting performance.
I think, yeah, Sam, unless the brilliant bookends of this panel know otherwise, I think Sam believes he's coming from a place of wanting to make the world a better place. I think he really thinks he wants to get rid of demons. He's not like, maybe I'll just entertain the idea of just being a killer. Like, I think, you know, his role models have unfortunately been this clown and our dad, so he doesn't have much to go on. Something's going on behind. And so, yeah, but he's coming from a place of wanting to get rid of demons and ghosts and bad. He's just like his folks, or his dad and his brother.
So we shouldn't still be nervous about that.
As long as Eric is creating the show, you should always be nervous.
And Eric, speaking of their dad, how likely are we to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
We would love to have Jeffrey. There's an open invitation for Jeffrey. Jeffrey's like a busy and fantastic man. I mean, Watchmen, holy. But we love him, and we love the role, and we love seeing them together. And in a show like Supernatural, no one's dead forever. You know, you can always find ways to bring people back. Honestly, it's about scheduling. He's so busy and awesome. But if we can do it, we would love to do it.
Well, speaking of people not exactly being dead forever, by the end of the season, Ruby, Bella, Gordon, and, you know, obviously Dean were either presumed or confirmed dead.
Yes.
For all of the producers, how many of these people and or demons could possibly be coming back this season? Resurrection of some sort.
Anyone can be coming back at any time on our show.
But I'd also say not many. I'll, you know, throw it to the guys.
Ben?
I totally missed that question. I got a note. Go on, ask it again.
We had some great actresses last season that we were very, very sad to see go. And we have a new storyline that we're unfolding for season 4. And Eric will beat me about the Head and Shoulders if I tell you too much about it.
So I will.
He threw the question to me as a test, more or less, because there's not much I can really say about it. But there are, I mean, listen, dead people
There's a
come
shotgun
back
on his
all
lap
the time on the
pointed at her
show.
around.
Yeah,
Death is a permeable membrane on this show, that's true.
for sure. Yeah.
And for Ben, Sarah, and Eric, everybody knows that there was a months-long writer strike last season. How did that affect the arc of the stories you were trying to tell and changing things up?
You know, I think it actually, in some ways, had a pretty good effect. The ending of the season kind of, it became very concise because it had to go from A to B to C.